So, results for whom? Results is essentially to improve the lives of people who live in the global south, in the developing countries, however you want to call them. And so it's extremely important that we also hear from them, from the citizens of the country, whether what it is that is thought in the way of results is actually what happens. So we, Development Gateway, and a couple of other organizations have gotten together to create something that we have called feedback labs. And the idea is to do for development what so many of us do to rate a hotel or a restaurant or a movie. Try to create something that we call Yelp for development. The ability of citizens to essentially see whether the results that are intended are actually achieved. So to use technology, appropriate technology, to allow them to have a voice in the development process, from the design of policy to the effectiveness of service delivery, for them to be able to provide a view as to whether there is medicine in the health center, whether the teacher comes, whether the road is being fixed after the last rain, whether the bridge is being fixed after the earthquake. So there is a need for people to be given access to the databases that are then monitored by lots of people. And what's important is not simply to give people a voice, but to guarantee that their voice is heard, what we call closing the feedback loop, to make sure that when they give feedback, and so they continue to do so, they can see that it makes a difference. They can see that the policies change, that the medicine is back, that the bad teacher is fired. So that this way of closing the feedback loop is what we are after. It's a very new and very difficult field in international development, and we have created something called Feedback Labs. And the objective of Feedback Labs is to become a knowledge space where people who are interested in creating feedback mechanisms and in closing the feedback loop can go, learn what has worked, why, have access to information on successful interventions and failed intervention as well. And our objective is to create what we call a feedback commons, which will be a source of information, experience, tools for people who are interested in listening to the voice of the constituents, to the voice of the citizens. And we believe that there can be no culture of results without a proper citizen feedback mechanism that not only seeks their views, but hear their voices and allows them to make changes.